You just finished reading the chapter on difficult conversations, and I have to tell you, I have never met anyone that has told me that they enjoy having difficult conversations. So you're all off the hook because no one really does enjoy it. Some people are good at it and some people are not. And again, it doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that they're uncomfortable with it. And sometimes it's for good reason because they don't know how to have a difficult conversation. One thing that I wanted to bring to light up front is that there are leaders who don't like to have difficult conversations because their focus is on their likability. And I can share with you as the leadership advisor that if you're taking the job or in the job as a leader to be liked, I have news for you, then you're in the wrong job. Because being a leader is not always about being liked and is not always about being popular. Many times it's about making the tough decisions. And we all know that from watching excellent leadership skills in action. So what happens when you don't have a difficult conversation? Well, it's like enabling someone that, again, there's no solution, there's no accountability, and you will keep having that conversation over and over again. So we talk about thinking, moving forward with this, what are we going to be doing just to even take the first step? And there's a lot of things to consider. Again, there's a lot of information in this chapter, but some things that I really want to bring to light is that the biggest miss in having difficult conversations is not knowing what the other person is thinking. Remember that this book is about turning on the house lights for the audience, so we really need to know about them. And if we're having a difficult conversation with someone, do we know what the other person thinks the problem is? Do they even think that there's a problem? Are you both on the same page? Have you had a conversation with them prior to this time you're having a conversation with them? And actually, what do you even know about this person? And what don't you know about them? These are the things that we really take a deeper dive in the chapter. And bottom line is, what's at stake for them? Once we start to understand their side, doesn't mean that they're right, and it doesn't mean that you're right. It's just an understanding. Once we have that information, it's going to be much easier to have a difficult conversation with them, because at the end of the day, engaging does not have to be messy. Difficult conversations do not have to be messy. A lot of people fear difficult conversations for one big reason. And I just said it, it's fear, because we're afraid of how we are going to be perceived. What happens if we get emotional? We're the leader. If we get emotional, or if we hear things about ourselves that we don't want to hear, these are all the reasons why we back off from having the difficult conversations. So this chapter has given you a lot of information about the why we should have them, but the how we should have these conversations and what they should look like. And that's all going to be helping you towards your implementation of intentional engagement with difficult conversations. So I'll see you at the end of next chapter. Thank you.